Hello, my name is Tim. My company is Sports and Touring and we are Jaguar F-Type specialists. It's always good to have a cherry on top of the cake. And I'm delighted that on top of our F-Type cake at the moment, we have this beautiful cherry in the form of an F-Type SVR. Leaving aside the hyper rare and unbelievably costly Project 7, this is ultimate F-Type. 575 horsepower. Supercar performance and handling, amazing looks, and a range of additions and enhancements made by Jaguar's skunk works like Special Vehicles Operations Division, which take the 5-litre V8 F-Type and turn it into something really special on track and on road. And this particular example is not only in unbelievably good condition, but has travelled only slightly over 8,000 miles. Let's take a look around. There is the SVR badge, one of the things that marks this F-Type out as the very special thing indeed that it is. Other appointments that tell you this is an SVR, well, the larger bonnet vents to assist in cooling the power plant while it's producing all of that power and performance. The side gills, which help with the airflow and give better braking performance. And at the rear of the car, this beautiful aerodynamic wing, we've got it here in the extended position. It's not only a very gorgeous appointment on this car, but it also serves a very useful purpose in providing additional downforce and stability. Although I would point out, of course, that to achieve the top speed of 200 miles per hour, the car must be put into VMAX mode, which locks the wing down and minimises drag to achieve that phenomenal top speed. The condition of this car is just fabulously good. It's been looked after so brilliantly well. Very low mileage, as I say, and nonetheless, I mean, it really is very splendid. The wheels are absolutely perfect. The tyres are excellent Pirelli P0s. The paintwork is bright and shiny. There is paint protection film on the nose of the car to maintain that, of course. And everything about it is in similarly very fine order. Let's take a look inside. The car's supplied, of course, with 2 remote key fobs, but there's no need to have those in your hand because keyless entry is one of the options on this F-Type. Tap the button, the door unlocks, the power fold mirrors move into position, and we can open the door and look at this beautiful cockpit. Jet lozenge leather with contrast stitching throughout, which highlights the lines and curves of the design, and everything in such good order. This door card is perfect. There is not a single blemish or mark on it. Likewise, the scuff plate there is excellent. And these gorgeous seats, the performance seats with the SVR logo embossed in the headrest, are in excellent order with no wear on the side bolsters as you might expect on a less well cared for example. Sitting down into the F-Type cockpit, and we'll close the door and absorb this beautiful space. The combination of aesthetics and technology here is so splendid. Looking around, we've got a handy little stowage there between the headrests, a little stowage net. In the centre console, we've got a cubby hole here with the 2 USB sockets and 12-volt supply. Forward of that, the cup holders. And then to explore the rest of the cockpit, let's start up the supercharged V8 with the start button, which is pulsing away there invitingly. As we start up, you'll see the instrument binnacle do its little self-test, and the centre air vent will rise up into position as well. Such a great noise from this engine. It is a powerful machine that lets you know that with the most glorious soundtrack. Down here on the centre console then, we've got the Eco Stop Start button. We've got the deployable spoiler. At the moment it's in the up position, so that's illuminated. We can just put that into the down position like so. Traction control off, and what a beast this is with the traction off. Do that for the first time on a racetrack or another very safe space, because it is very exciting to do. The traction control, though, in normal driving takes brilliant care of you. This is already an all-wheel drive car with very intelligent dynamics looking after you and taking care of your road holding and grip and so forth. There's the button for the switched Active Sports exhaust valves, which improve the engine note when you're driving and you want to enjoy that even more. Electronic parking brake, of course, with hill start assist. This beautiful shift stick, it's such a glorious thing to look at and to hold. Trigger on the front so that you can move it into drive, and then we go sideways, of course, into sport. In sport, we can shift up and down using the shift stick if you like doing that. Personally, I prefer to keep my hands on the wheel and use the flappy paddles while maintaining 100% control of the car at all times. Back over to the shift stick, we'll put that back into drive. I'll just point out the P park button on the top there that puts us into park when we need it. And then the driving mode selector switch. 3 driving modes, we're in standard at the moment. We go forward into rain, ice and snow, which calms the car down and makes it much easier and more relaxing to drive on a slick, wintry surface. Back through standard mode and into dynamic driving mode. And you can see there the dashboard illumination turns red. We get a little caption that tells us dynamic mode is confirmed. The spoiler moves up into position as well, and we are ready for a more dramatic and theatrical experience on the road. And of course, if we go up to the infotainment screen in dynamic mode here, we can vary the setup and, for example, have comfort suspension, but with dynamic engine, gear shift and steering. Back down here, and we'll come back out of dynamic mode and take a look at the climate controls. So we set the temperature for the occupants on the 2 dials there either end. We've got, of course, timed recirculation, and this car has the extra cost heated front windscreen, those electric elements in the windscreen that clear any ice or misting in the winter so very swiftly. Up to the infotainment screen, and we can go to the home page here. We have navigation accessible on the left. Obviously, at the moment, no account associated with the car. We'll arrange that for the buyer so that you sign into the car and have all of your data at your disposal there. It's a lovely big screen, very clear, very easy to use. The user interface is particularly well designed on the F-Type. And then we can go back to the home screen and see the media selection. Through this we can have Bluetooth audio, we can have DAB, FM and AM radio as well. And then going back home again, you'll see Bluetooth telephony, very fully featured, very clear and crisp. It's easy to make and receive calls on the move in the F-Type. Using the access buttons down here, we can look at the climate screen as well, where we go to our different options there. And I'll point out as well that if we go to the home screen and swipe, you can see that we have Apple CarPlay and Android Audio built into this particular F-Type, along with valet mode as well, if you need someone else to park the car for you. And as well as that, swiping the other way, we can build the home screen here. So this is a page that you build in the system with your own shortcuts. We've just put one shortcut in there to find BBC Radio 2, but you can build up shortcuts to any of the features of the infotainment system so that things you wish to have at your fingertips are right there accessible on the screen in front of you. Back over to the steering wheel, and we can see under the left thumb we've got the infotainment controls and the Bluetooth telephony button. On the left stalk, the automatic headlamps. On the right stalk, on the right thumb pad rather, we've got the cruise control and active speed limiter, and the button for the heated steering wheel, which is such a great thing to have in the winter. And on the right hand stalk, the rain sensitive wipers. Finally, down there by my right knee, we've got the lane keep assist button and a boot release as well as the rear fog light. Very fully featured then, lots of options on this F-Type, and it's all in such good order. The beautiful suede trim in parts of the cockpit here, and the leather and so forth, all in fabulous condition. We'll switch the engine off and take a look in the boot. Another of the extra cost options on this F-Type is the power tailgate. So a press of a button on the remote, or the button underneath the tailgate itself there, and the tailgate moves up out of the way, enabling you to load your shopping or luggage or what have you without difficulty. It's a big boot for a sports coupe. It really is. Over 300 litres of space. Packs soft-sided bags, of course, because the shape is slightly unusual, but it's very usable. People have been off for weeks in their F-Types touring with no problems at all taking the right amount of luggage along, and I dare say usually bringing some cheese and wine back. Under the boot floor, by the way, under this little panel here, there's another cubby hole where you can put some of your driving paraphernalia, for example. Again, it's all in fabulous condition. No nasty marks, no blemishes, no unpleasant odours. This car has truly been looked after very finely indeed. Just press the button up there and the power tailgate moves back down and locks itself closed. Looking at the passenger side of the car, and again we see a vehicle which has been very carefully looked after. The door card is perfect. The dashboard, carpet mat, centre console and these beautiful seats. The passenger seat, I dare say, has probably hardly ever been sat in. It's in perfect order. Obviously a low mileage car, but one nonetheless that has really been looked after very carefully indeed. Under the bonnet, and there is Jaguar's supercharged 5-litre V8 power plant, producing 575 horsepower and taking this F-Type from 0 to 60 in only 3.5 seconds and on to a top speed of 200 miles per hour. Breathtaking figures, and figures which don't also enunciate the amazing experience this car delivers behind the wheel. The way that it engages the driver in what's happening with the car on the road is just so special. You can see again under the bonnet here, everything is in perfect order. The service history is very fine. The car is running perfectly. Of course, it's passed all of our inspections and tests with ease, and it is ready to delight its next owner. So thank you very much indeed for watching. It's been a true pleasure to show you this beautiful F-Type SVR. We're Sports and Touring. We're just outside Andover in Hampshire, open 7 days a week by appointment only. You're very welcome to telephone, email or WhatsApp us with any inquiries, or if you'd like to arrange to see this car in person or by video call. We can send you a link to the Google Drive for this car. That's our online folder, which contains high-resolution photographs of the car, which you can zoom in on, and PDF copies of important documents. If you've got a vehicle to dispose of on your buying journey, we'll give you frank and honest advice about the best way to achieve the maximum value with the minimum inconvenience. And if you'd like to chat about finance, we can do that as well. We're authorised and regulated by the FCA, and we work with a really brilliant broker. Do please take a few moments to read our reviews in Auto Trader. I am so proud of the things that our previous customers say about us. And I'll close by saying thank you again for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe to us here on YouTube, and we'll be looking forward to hearing from you very soon.